burner, and it shook things up a little bit for some of those teams who were trying to climb their way to the top.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely did, but hey, don't sleep on the teams, as we said so many times before. Now, once again, we're moving back to Erangel. We saw them here 2 games ago, and I mean, this time, sort of a central plane, a little bit north and from east to west. That's going to leave a lot of room for the teams to go wherever they want to go.
It is a very different plane than last time. Remember, guys, this is the top 16 teams in the world. 35,000 teams dropped initially. These are who remains here at the PUBG Mobile Club Open Spring Global Finals. The winner of this tournament gets to call themselves the first true esports global champions for this game, and there's a lot on the line. PLM doing a nice split drop on the north side, but let's check in with a few teams around the map as they get the looting phase underway.
All right, looking at it, it's pretty congested all around a little bit, but Nova here, they are by themselves, looting up.
And that's the thing about Nova, is they had a good last game in second place. They got back-to-back wins earlier today. This is a team that has been having the day, really a phenomenal day, yet they're stuck in third place for us. Stuck in third place,
but it also comes down to a little bit to how XQF, we saw them last game. They got a 6th place. They had 12 kills.
See, that's it. XQF is doing well, and I take nothing away from them, but to a certain extent, it feels to me like the other teams are letting XQF win this tournament. They're not standing up and fighting. They're letting them sort of run rampant, be aggressive, and they're not punishing for that because they're so focused on placement in the mid game.
That's the thing. It looks a little bit like the teams are a little bit afraid of them sometimes, but hey, it also comes down, if you have the aggressive play style, you know how to play, you know how to breach a compound, you got all that already practiced so many times and times and times.
All right, now let's check Yasnaya. It looks like we've got SSG sharing out with SZB. Over here we got RRQ Athena doing a loot. Again, all by themselves, no issues in Pachinki. They've got a centralized portion of the map. Let's talk about that drop spot. What makes Pachinki so gosh darn valuable?
Pachinki, center of the map, the heart of Erangel. That's why it's so important. You can transition from there no matter where the circle is going to be. You're going to be early on the transition if you want to, but it's not necessary because you can grab yourself so much loot as well in that town.
With extreme rarities, you're always going to get the first circle. Now we check in with the guys who are in the lead right now. The top team in this tournament who had the highest scoring match so far in all of our games, XQuest. These guys are looting, they're unchallenged, they're running a very aggressive split along Country Road down there to the south. Remember, that's sort of that spaghetti-shaped compound to the left of Farm, and then all the way over to Crossroads south of Pachinki. They should have a pretty okay rotation, but more importantly, other teams may have to come past them.
All right, so let's talk about the circle, because the circle itself is towards the northwest, and it's pretty much covering a large portion of the map. So a lot of the teams are actually already inside and not too congested in the center, because towards the center we actually have the river itself.
That's what we're taking a look at Top Esports as they are inside of the warehouses, which is right inside basically the center of the circle. Ruins is going to be dead center, but let's talk about this river. There's a river that runs through it north of Rozhok all the way to Georgia Pole. Right now, the circle is an even split between the top and the bottom. How do you play this?
It's up to you. How do you want to play it out? Do you want to be on north side? Do you want to be on south side? What you kind of want to do is keep yourself towards the river, making sure that you may be holding a bridge towards the cube compound or stuff like that, because you never know which side it's going to go to.
It's generally considered easier to go north, I think, across the river than south, just because of the way the layout is and the bridges flow, so a lot of teams may choose to stay on the north side. That said, PLM, who had a very interesting split drop, is going to be in good shape. We see Top Esport and TeamSouL running up on each other yet again. TeamSouL goes by, looking to get to the cube compound, but Top Esports is overlooking it. Are they going to go in and try to clean this out and make sure Top Esports leaves?
White Cat in the compound here, but he is all by himself. Looks like he's going to try to bail out. Yes, he is driving all the way to the south towards KK Skur on the other side.
Absolutely. Unlike his namesake, he only has one life to live and is unwilling willing to risk that in a 1v4 fight with SoL. So SoL takes Cube, which is probably, in my opinion, one of the most strategically strong positions in this circle. Huge chance to ambush rotations, good information gathering potential. This is similar to sort of Queso's rocks in the last game.
Well, that's the thing. Everybody knows that there's going to be someone in that compound, so you're going to try to avoid that one. You want to go on the west bridge of that, or even the Georgia Bowl bridge itself.
Absolutely. I mean, but that's the name. If you can create an atmosphere that people are trying to avoid you, really that's a big win in PUBG if you don't have to take those fights early. So, I mean, getting people to just avoid you, win in PUBG, kind of a win in life a little bit as well. Everybody's still up, 16 teams alive, all of the players still in this one. Anybody's game. Lots of space on Erangel, and everyone knows this map so well that they know how to handle these rotations. Let's jump over to Yasha, who, as we say, some alive, are taking an awful lot of damage up above.
Oh, Yasha goes. Oh, sorry.
No, that's right. Yes, Naya.
Naya.
Sorry, right? They get some nice knock, but it should be a res. Problem is they're taking a lot of damage, but it's far away. SSG has the shots at him.
Oh boy, down.
Well, they lost their cars. They're literally in a field with Nova above, SSG below, and they don't have a lot of options. Nagi's gonna come back here and try to maybe get away, but he's already smoking. The damage is done. One more bullet or two to do him in. He jumps out, knocked down to 1 HP.
Can he make it?
He's so sneaky, gets behind the bush. He's running for the shack. The desperation play to try and get away. Nova says, we'll let you have this one for now.
Wait, he got knocked. He got knocked.
Oh, he didn't make it? Oh, no. Trying to crawl, hoping to get out of this
So close, man.
Unique, after their win earlier today, seems to really be struggling. It's almost like they put everything they had into that win and are just sort of sapped at the moment.
Well, last game, maybe they're a little bit tired, but hey, it's all good because we got 6 more games tomorrow.
That is true, and the reality is I don't think anybody expected Nova to be sort of sitting there on that hill like that to stop the rotation, so a nice trap set by them.
Exactly, that's why that was so good, because when you don't expect them to be there, that's how you get the kills going.
All right, now SSG going to continue their loot. They sort of peeked out, saw what was going on, and I think they decided to leave well enough alone at this point. Those guys can take care of their own fighting while they get their loot. Remember, they are all outside the circle, so they're going to have to move out of Yasnaya relatively soon to find somewhere to go, and you want to get across that bridge as fast as possible.
What's going on here?
It looks like he's drinking an energy drink.
Well, looks like Scars Black is trying to breach this compound here, and looks like it's only Zooms here right now.
All right, so Scars and PLM. Zoom's gonna have to try to figure out how to get himself out of this situation. It's a very strategic spot. You got Nawin just off to the side on the rocks, sort of looking at him. This garage compound is very popular. The problem is it can be very breachable because of that hill to the south of it. So we'll see how it goes. SCB's got everyone in there. If I'm Zooms, I think maybe. Oh, he goes for the roof.
Goes for a rooftop.
Nice play, they're getting shot. Yep, that's the hill, that's the problem. They're surrounded on all sides. PLM has the rocks, the hill, the red house, and rains down hot lead like fire on Scars Black. They've lost 2. They're hoping to get out of this, but the push is real.
Look at this, PLM, they got 4 different angles. They are just pinching them down right now. And here comes Jasper, hot in with the UAC, Navin as well with the Dacia there.
They know they have the numbers, they want to execute while it's like that. Toss the nade to the high ground, they're going to push Naoto out of the top of the roof. George comes down, gets lit, he's going to drop Naoto, the last man standing, seeing what he can do. He wasn't ready for the roof! The roof was too strong, and PURPLEMOOD Gaming knocks out Scars Black.
That was a good kill there from PLM. They were coming in from 4 different angles. And I mean, Scars Black, they were not expecting that at all. They knew that someone was in the house next door, but they didn't think that would be 3 other people just around it.
So you can learn something from watching the pros. That compound, like we said, is susceptible to the hills around it. PLM, instead of holding it with 4, they spread out, and they knew if someone crashes, we then have the advantage because they don't know where we're coming from, and that worked beautifully well. Now, PLM is inside the compound. They've got to consider some different options. Meanwhile, SoL gonna take some shots at BRK. Remember, we talked about the cube compound and everyone trying to rotate past it. They've just been sending a lot of bullets down range, and they almost cost BRK big time.
Well, so right now in the cube compound here, they are kind of central in the circle, a little bit north side. And I mean, looking at it, we got more landmass on the south side right now, so you might want to put yourself on the south side of the river.
So we got some transitions coming from Nova and SSG. As you can look at the map right now, reminder, only Kitsune remains from Team Unique. They went down to Nova. Nova did, however, lose one in that exchange and only has 3 left alive. Let's check in with GC Busan, who played an amazing last game over on Vikendi. They seem to get that map, but over here, it does, I don't know, can they do it by Hospital? They've got the grenades, they've got the knock on Queso, who really guarded their flank in the last match.
Well, the thing is that Queso is so spread all around the map right now. One of them is far west of the Hospital, and Mystic, he's up by Sarki.
Gotta wonder about this, because it feels like Queso is surely melting down at the moment. They need to form back up and make a hard push here. You don't want to get stuck with these cheesy plays where you're just spreading too far and unable to sort of get back together and represent yourself well.
Was that a Queso pun?
Of course it was. Let's go up to the top of Everest, where XQuest is all about information. They get up there, they look down on their opponents and gather as much as they possibly can. But this is a very, you can spread like this on Everest, right? Because no one's gonna be able to come up that hill very quickly.
Well, that's the thing. I'd say you don't want to spread right like that, because you want to make sure you take one end of it.
Meanwhile, while XQuest is climbing mountains, 69 is executing amphibious operations as they try to sneak up on Soul at the Q compound. They go into the water, they slide up under the bridge, and honestly, if they take that bottom bridge and they sort of play the troll role, they could catch Soul off guard.
Well, the thing is, they could move with the river towards the east and then pull up on Soul by the Q compound there, just by the riverside, and it's really hard to hold there from Soul.
Especially if that cube gets crashed. If there's a shift towards it and another team crashes them, 69 gets a chance to come up and possibly clean up 2 teams in the process. So we'll stay a little bit with this throughout the rest of the match and see exactly how 69 handles it.
Team Unique out there on 15th place.
Oh, so that will be the end of Team Unique. Unfortunately, they could not get traction after that early on fight with Nova, and a rough out for them. So reminder for you guys, we've lost 2 teams. That's Team Unique and Scars Black so far. Nova is down 1, as is Team Queso. Everyone else still running hot with 4 players each. The question is, who has the compound? Who gets the circle? And where does the next shift go? White Cat looks over Lachine, takes some shots. 69 team, they know where they are, but Soul, I think, is still a little bit unaware. Lashin does make a push. The nade was out. Oh no, a bad nade bounce. The spray is there. Everything is unraveling, and having one person. No,
whoa, he gets him with his nade. He gets him.
Oh no.
The thing is, though, that the rest of Soul is on the other side by Q compound. And Groza, he could move in here. Maybe. Be careful, because White Cat, he is still scouting this.
I don't know if that's a PogChamp or a what face. That was absolutely rough.
It was a 200 IQ nade.
200 IQ nade. Excellently executed. That was incredible. Anyway, so now they're both like...
They're going for the rest. Soul is going for the rest. 2 of them are coming in here.
No man left behind. These guys have fought to get here. They've been playing strong. He's gonna get it. He stopped the tick. Now Top Esports firing some bullets in there, but the res is gonna go off. They should be able to get the heals, and the nade ends up working out. Soul Mortal does go down to Groza, though, as 69 team not happy about the way that played out.
69, they are getting shot by Top Esports from the west at the same time, though.
All right, so Groza hiding under the bridge, chooses to go back there. Soul now stacked up in the lighthouse. They're not going to be happy about that. It's not where they want to be. Top Esports really in a good spot to just consistently harass Soul.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No one can actually get pretty close to Top Esports here. They're playing this really well by themselves.
I mean, that's the thing about this compound. The problem is if they have to leave it, they're on the opposite side of that. There's no way to get cover on their way out.
Well, also, Top Esports only have 2 people in that flat top itself. The rest of the team, the other 2, they're on the north side of the river.
That is very true. Now, Soul, in a way, I think that this push sort of helped them, because now they've crossed to the south of the river, which they're going to need to as the next circle starts to establish itself. The south of the river is going to be where everyone wants to call home. Really, XQuest up on Everest has the ability to cause a lot of trouble for a lot of teams as they end up stacking up sort of in this area right now. XQF, I'm surprised that they haven't been taking shots at Top Esports already.
Question is, what is 69 going to do? Because you don't want to be in that riverbank right now. It is not the place to be at.
Yeah, but they don't have a lot of choices. They made a play. It didn't work out due to a grenade that you just can't expect. and they put them in a tough situation. So we'll keep an eye on them. Soul, has recovered, which is very impressive, and got their team back up and running. Let's take a look at some other teams on the map. Over there in Georgia Pool South, we've got GC Busan over in Pizza. We got PLM. Looks like they want to start a fight here. Oh, what a minute. This is the replay from that fight where PLM... All right, I forgot about how that was... It's just they just ripped them apart.
Sometimes we get caught off guard by those replays. But you also have ARG right now in South Georgia Pool. But also, SSG is actually coming in from the west side there.
So as you watch those replays, keep in mind a lot of repositioning going to be happening here. The blue closing up for the next circle very, very soon as we get sort of a pile up of all the kills we've seen thus far. South George and Crates, people are going to start to really stack up in their Froz, and the problem is there's no getting out of
Oh
them,
my
right?
God, did you see that shift?
So
it's going to the Crates.
It's a big one for me. So Crates is going to be our next circle, but it does include River North. So that means people can play the riverbanks. Team 69 can now sit inside of North George and wait for their moment. Top Esports loads up into a car, does the right thing, which is rotate fast.
The thing is, you want to get one of these warehouses and you want to hold it down by yourself. Don't spread out too much. Don't be too greedy, because in the Crates, anybody could be lurking around.
GC Busan knew that ARG would be moving. They chose to try to set the trap on departure, but that now means ARG is going to get the water tower potentially, or at least be inside, and have to have SSG and GC Busan potentially push into them. So we'll see how this defensive goes out. GC Busan does have the ability to play the double red and stay there, but that could cost them on the next shift. So we'll see what their actions are regarding, do you wait or do you push?
Look at how many teams are in the Crates right now.
All right, so we've got XQuest moving in. Top Esports already has a spot. Bigatron's got themselves some crate location, and ALLREJECTIONGAMING as well. We've got just north of the river a couple of teams starting to stack up, but there are still a lot of people alive right now with 14 teams.
Another team coming in. Queso's coming in as well.
So Justice going to take some shots here as we watch him go by. GC Busan sees RRQ Athena going up to a very good spot there by the water tower. Opens fire. Gets the knock, and we're going to see him go down. I don't know if that's going to be a resonable position, but RRQ Athena is getting absolutely taken apart by both Elite Gaming and GC Busan.
D2E is down as well. Senior is though Ernie. He is up there, but can he make anything happen? Can he get them up?
The smokes got deployed. I'm not sure if they were cooking them on the way in, but two are down. One is completely dead. I don't know if they can save G9. Either way, they are just being pinched from both sides. XQuest, however, has started to put some work on Elite Gaming. Once they saw RQ taking shots, they knew they could kill them while they peeked and got those returns.
While all this is happening, we have 2 free teams on the north side, and we have what? Like 11 teams inside Crates, more or less?
Absolutely. The teams on the north are taking a massive risk. If that shift goes to the south, it is tough to cross the river. They may have to get involved here. Space Station Gaming has taken the warehouses, as you can see right there. GC Busan has got a nice little spread between the lighthouse, or the tower, if you want to call it that, and the double reds. And they can hold that position for the time being. And SSG's trying to get a better position, but it's costing them. One already down. The spray is on. Everyone low. Bigatron may be the ones that come out on top of this. XQuest, everybody getting a piece of SSG.
You see
them just dropping one after another. SSG is out in 14th position.
Senior, we saw him on the top there. Now he goes down.
All right, as we go back into the warehouse, Bigatron has been playing relatively quiet. They don't want to stick their heads out. You can't blame them for that. They're just gathering information. Warehouses are very powerful with this third-person perspective. You can get up on top of the boxes, and you can watch everyone without really exposing yourself.
I mean, even playing inside the containers itself isn't too bad if you can just hold it down and make sure that you can scout around you. Meanwhile, we'll also see TeamSouL. They're taking the flat top on east side of the Crates itself. They're playing a little bit slower. Same with Nova. They are on the southeast side.
All right, let's take a look here. As you can see on the sides of your screens, you saw who's been eliminated. A lot of teams still operating with 4. The new circle pops up, and it is going to be very north of the Crates, Open River and Bridge. Difficult to play, but most importantly, Froz, only one team is in it.
Only one team. I take it back. 69, they're in perfect position in the riverbank itself.
All right, the quick movement start. Top Esports gonna have to defend against a lot of people coming through their crates. Not an optimal place to defend from. A lot of guys gonna jump into cars. GC Busan gets healed up inside of their UAZ as they start to transition. XQuest gonna have to make that change as well. Elite Gaming also gonna smoke up the Dacia and absolutely send it. They gotta get to the middle. They gotta make this play.
Where are they gonna go? They're gonna run straight into XQF here.
XQF, they're firing as they go. They jump out. The explosion. There was a firefight. ELG has to take the fight. They push in and they start to put some serious work on XQuest, who just didn't expect that kind of smash push. Cat around the outside, looking to make a play, buys it low.
There he goes.
He's the man, goes for leader, starts to spray. Leader drops down into the prone position. The exchange is lost. Cat goes down. Jump to Ming. Ming trying to make the play here, guarding the side. There's the heal. Leader's gonna get himself back up. Cat might get flushed if his team doesn't push. Paraboy has managed to get his heal off, but he's the last man standing. Jimmy unable to help right now. Ming trying to slide out to the left side. They want to put a flank. Nade comes out from Paraboy. Does some damage, but doesn't get the kill. Jimmy covering Paraboy's escape from the distance as you see Paraboy just trying to get himself out. Meanwhile, RRQ Athena, what are they? Fifth place right now, out of this game. Gonna blow open the top. 5th and 6th, Unique and RRQ are out. That opens up the opportunity for teams to either extend their lead or move up. But with XQuest falling, they are the leaders in this tournament right now. This could be a huge signal for shift on the last game of the day.
Well, only Jimmy is standing for XQF right now, and hopefully he can keep it up because Elite Gaming, they are on the hunt. They want to hunt down Jimmy. They want to take them out right now because that means they have a chance to take the throne for today.
They took a good use of smoke to make sure that push worked out. Jimmy's put himself inside of one of the crates, playing as defensively as humanly possible. But they are not happy with this happening. ELG moving forward. Leader goes ahead and gets himself boosted up. Jimmy hiding, but Marco from TeamQuEso and Mystic very close. Lots of smokes as they move forward. On the opposite side of the river, Top Esports, Fireboy, has got that discount gun, but putting in some serious work with it.
He got some help from the others on his team as well, but looks like Whitecat is gonna go for a breach himself.
Lots of people stacking up here on the only compound that's still inside. Fireboy gonna go with the spray. He's trying to cover his partner as he pushes up on the window. We're gonna see how this fight goes.
Look at it, this could go any way right now. There's so many teams over there. You got PLM, you got BRK, and you got Whitecat from Top Esports.
Fuzi comes out, slam the door.
Back in, back in.
No, bad idea, bad idea. Puts the door down, it is eradicated. Whitecat is basically playing very well. The next shift comes in, it goes south of the river. So everyone involved with this fight we're watching right now, Froz, needs to get it over with and get moving because the circle will start closing and they don't want to have to move at the last moment with zero cover. Get done, get the play, and get out of there. PLM and BRK making that very difficult. The spray goes up, Fuzi goes down. Fireboy uses it as a chance to make a move here.
Whitecat tried to move up, but couldn't. But what's going on here?
That's TeamQueso's pushing in on Elite Gaming. They're inside of the tower. It's not going to be enough. The spray is insane. GC Busan is getting involved. Team after team is just going down.
ELG is down to one member right now. It's only Broncho left, and he's on the outskirts.
Meanwhile, BRK was eliminated across the river. GC Busan rose on the ground. Elite Gaming trying to make them understand exactly what happened. Queso looks like they might be going for a res, and it may work out. Top Esports in the water trying to cross that area. PLM though, and TeamSouL hoping it won't happen. TeamSouL up on the rocks, gonna be able to just try to rack up kills from behind the bridge as everyone else comes in. TeamSoul's in the circle, Froz. They don't have to worry about pushing.
They just need to hold this off. They need to hold everybody off from the north side. Meanwhile, we also saw a big E-Tron going out on 10th place.
TeamSouL in a really good spot, knocking people out inside of the water one after another. Meanwhile, Bigatron also putting in some work over in their location. And slowly but surely, Top Esports needs to remove TeamSouL from their position. Queso tries to push in on Nova. Nova defends AY up on top of the box, unable to be stopped. PurpleMood has been eliminated. ARG now making their move. Gonna get a knock on PLM. TES goes down, and Mystic is eliminated from Queso.
ARG got the stack of containers. The only one that is gonna be left in the next circle. They want to go to the south side. They want to hold people out right now.
KK Skur gets a nice little grenade, but it's not going to be enough. Mortal hiding behind the burning car, trying to defend. Meanwhile, XQuest is taken down by Nova in a nice shot. Nova killed in return. This fight is absolutely insane. A minute ago, there were only 2 teams eliminated. Now, Busan, RRQ, Unique, PLM, 69 team, Bigatron, X-Quest, Scars, Black, Space Station, and BRK are out. We are down to 6 teams with 16 people alive.
TeamSouL had one thing to do, and that was holding Top Esports from crossing the river. They couldn't do it, and right now they are falling to them.
Top Esports putting in work. Meanwhile, ELG trying to move up. Marco, the last man from Queso. X-Quest is eliminated. Our leaders in the lobby are out. The top 5 left. Nova goes down. The back-to-back winners earlier today. The threats are dropping one after another. That's first and third place. Top Esports saw that and knows this is their chance to potentially end the day in first.
It's not only for them, but also Elite Gaming. They got some people back up, and they're trying to move their way into circle, but it is going to be rough, not going to lie. There is nothing in terms of cover for him to work with.
Absolutely. I will tell you, TeamSouL is doing everything they can to defend against this Top Esports push. They've been playing it very well. Yet again, Elite Gaming with no cover and just grass is putting in work. Marco tried to stop him. He goes down. Queso been a bit of a spoiler throughout the tournament here today. We do see them drop. 4 teams left, but 13 people alive. Viper gets the knock there on Top Esports. He's gonna make that big push. We see KK Skirt trying to prepare. He's watching the top. He doesn't even care what's happening behind him. Viper trying to figure out how to come up. He gets knocked down on the rocks just a little bit. Has to switch out to the left side.
Wait, did he get KK Skirt? He's still up.
Throws up the smoke. They're just trying to find a way to move away from the blue wall.
White Cat goes down, and KK Skirt, last man standing for Top Esports right now. TeamSouL looking strong.
TeamSoul's got the smoke wall. If they can get KK Skirt out and take that box, they're in a good position. But KK Skirt ain't Skirt to nothing. He does take one down, but Viper returns it. That'll be the end, and TeamSouL in the pole position to take this one home. Top Esports, the top 3 teams on the leaderboards are out. TeamSouL and the Indian fans are hyped. They've got a smoke wall. They've got a crate. But ARG, 4 up, is not about to give up the win easily.
Elite Gaming still one man strong. They have made a good effort to keep themselves alive here.
ELG with 1 player, All Rejection with 4, and TeamSouL with 4. TeamSouL has been fighting since the cube to keep themselves in this one, and it's working. ARG doesn't have a lot of cover. Both teams gonna snake forward. We got a UAZ and a crate in terms of cover out here. ARG has the strongest position. The nade's gonna hurt them pretty badly as the team tries to creep forward. Good spray, gets the knock, he gets the blind knock. Beautifully executed as he now has to readjust. They know where he is. Number 2, he gets the double. Now it's going to be down to 2. ARG going to try to get their guys crawled back to get the reses on the UAZ. TeamSouL has 4 up. Now's your chance to try and make a play here and get yourself there. Sarah goes down. He's finished off. That's going to leave 3 alive and 1 knocked on All Rejection Gaming.
ARG not looking good now. 2 man left, and they are spread out. Planet on the left side, as you can see. Lapis by the little guard tower over there.
Ronak gets another knock. Viper on the offside. They're spread out all over the map. Elite Gaming staying low on the edge of the blue. Could potentially play spoiler, but for all intents and purposes, it's 4v2 right now as TeamSouL has their shot at the big chicken dinner.
Everyone moving in very slowly. The thing is, if TeamSouL can go for the US, they could get a good cover to work with, but look at this.
He knows, he gets him. Lapis goes down, it's a 4v1v1. He's executed. This could be the moment that TeamSouL gets their win. They're moving slow. They're keeping it in the grass, listening for every sound cue, every moment. There, they see him. That's the end of ARG. 2 teams left, 4v1. ELG is gonna do what they can, but I don't think it'll be enough. TeamSouL
takes